with you in a very lovely day in San Diego, California, ready to go for Simulation Football League Week 2 action presented by APM Music as you take a look at Robert Hansen Field at Lee Archer Stadium, the site of today's matchups. The Mavericks come in at 0-1, Brett. They are trying to kick the bucket on a streak that is definitely daunting them coming into this season from last.
Yeah, the Mavericks are currently a part of history as they start off their franchise 0-13, which means a 13-game losing streak going on. If they lose this game, they will be the sole possession of that, and that's something you don't want to have. But they're facing a very, very tough Hyena squad who came in guns blazing in their Week 1 matchup. Their offense high-powered with Dave Burr, who had a fantastic start to his career with over 400 yards passing.
Yeah, 31-point win against Portland brings Houston to San Diego. San Diego went down at the hands of the Sioux Falls Sparrows by a 13-point deficit. But Houston, not unbeatable. San Diego does have the tools and the athleticism to beat this team as long as the game plan's in tow. See if indeed that is what happens as we get things underway with the coin toss. The Houston Hyenas putting up 48 points in Week 1. You mentioned Dave Burr. Warren Murray also a part of that as he had the one score to go along with the offensive output.
Yeah, he actually had two on this one in the air and one on the ground. So it was both from Dave Burr and from Warren Murray. So an excellent look from Houston last week.
We're ready to go at the moment. This game about to get underway. Week 2 continues in the Simulation Football League. We're ready to go if you guys are. It's going to be up in the air, and we are underway. It's going to be returnable from about the 10-yard line out to the 20, left at the 30, and spin move to the 35-yard line, and that is where we will see the offense come out on the field. Corky on the return. Houston comes in with Dave Burr at the helm his rookie season. Houston, Brett, didn't actually anticipate having to look for a quarterback in this offseason. Thought they would have had either Kentez Johnson or E.T. King in the fold. Both of them were unable to go, and that's why their Burr is in here, but it seems like he's fitting in well. And off to Warren Murray, and in an immediate tackle behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose one, second and 11.
Yeah, and Houston looking to go early on with Warren Murray here. A lot of SFL teams went deep with the pass ball last week, so we might see a little bit of a change of offensive philosophy here to get the running backs more involved here. Murray with the first play for Houston.
Split backs for Dave Burr. He'll throw right side, and that one's going to go in and out of the hands of the defender. That one's not going to go. It'll be a third down and long for Houston on this first drive.
Yeah, Kai Cash was just in the right place in the right time on that one. Just unfortunately couldn't get his hands on there. It was very, very risky pass from Dave Burr to throw it on that out route where Cash was just right there for the picking.
Randy Pierce was the intended target. Houston in a long third down, 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Dave Burr. He has the football. Steps back, looks to throw. Plenty of time, moves up into the pocket. That one's thrown and caught, and a decent gain on it, but not enough to get the first down. It was close, but not enough, and they will have to punt it away on the strength of that reception.
A decent catch by Corky there, but the main thing about this drive here was the great defensive work by the secondary of San Diego to limit Dave Burr's options on this first drive and having Houston to force a punt on a 3-and-out.
Good start for the San Diego defense. They'll put the ball in the hands of Javier Vasquez after this punt is done. That's Ryan Owens back deep for the return. He'll have it at about the 30-yard line. Fair catch called for and received. And that's where the Mavericks will start off this drive. We'll go over the San Diego offense real quick while we have a second. Javier Vasquez, your quarterback. Jalen Wells and Nick Hoagland, your halfback fullback combo. Your wide receiver is going to be Ryan Owens, Liam Hammer, Connor Weston, and then the tight end Optimus Klein is going to be in the aerial assault game for the Mavericks. They start out with 4 wide and 1 in the backfield. That is Jalen Wells. Looking to throw. Southpaw over the middle of the field. That one's going to be caught. 1st and 10 on the first pass of the game. And the Mavericks moving the ball over the middle of the field. First down.
Yeah, and the first game that we saw from San Diego was a well spread out offense, but it kind of died down in the second half. So San Diego's hoping to have a full 44 minutes of action from this offense instead of dying down halfway through the third like it did last week.
Ryan Owens, your receiver on that particular ball. In the backfield is Wells again for Vasquez. Vasquez has the football. Three-step drop, thrown off to the right for Wells. Wells in the open field tries the stiff arm, but he's going to get taken down after a 6-yard gain. Good work on the Houston defense to converge the ball.
Yeah, and Jalen Wells didn't have too many touches in terms of air receptions. Last game only had 4 receptions for 5 yards here, so it's good to see forward progression on that reception alone.
Ethan Kai on the tackle for that ball. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Vasquez to throw. Over the middle again. This one's tipped and incomplete. It's like the defender was right there. The linebacking core of the Hyenas doing their job.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. You saw that with the San Diego defense, and Houston coming up to play here as well with almost interception on that one. Looked to be Brody Gulch, who was all over the place last game, and it looks to be that he's going to be the same way in this game already.
Good start for the Houston defense in the passing game. Only 1 reception let up so far. We'll go over that Houston defense here in just a second if they give us a chance to. 3rd and 4. See if they get the first down first. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Vasquez. Quick drop back. Thrown left side. Should have the first down and does. Ball caught and out of bounds he goes. That'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. You see that was wide receiver Liam Hammer on the outside who grabbed that ball. The defense for the Hyenas, actually we'll go over it after this play, but a good work on the sidelines from the wide receiving core of the Mavericks. Offset I formation. Vasquez to throw again. Right side, that one's caught. First down and more to the outside. And the Mavericks starting to move the ball. That one's Connor Weston on that particular grab. The Houston defense looks like this. It is going to be Julius Maximus and Chris Joseph, your defensive end, defensive tackle, Frank Stackhouse, linebackers Alex Perez, Brody Gulch, Zed Markov. Cornerbacks going to be Landry Swift. I can't read today. Landry Swift and Ethan Kai. And then your safeties, Brady Clark. That is Josh Rosen and then Mike Jones on the safety core for the Hyenas. We're underway again with a 1st and 10 play as the Mavericks have it in the offensive end. Oh, an immediate sack. Big hit by Simeon getting inside, and he's going to take out the quarterback.
What we saw there from the Houston defense is that the linebackers were keeping back to make sure that none of the mid routes were going to get succeed on that one, which gave enough time for the defensive line to get through. And Jules Simeon gets the first sack of this game.
Good stuff by the Houston defensive line. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. For Vasquez, he's going to have the football. Looks to throw over the middle of the field. That one's tipped and probably should have been caught. And either way, that one's going to hit the ground harmlessly. It'll be 3rd and 10 as that one goes nowhere.
No, it was a good look from Javier Vasquez right away. Probably should have thrown that, I would say, maybe a split second later than he should have, because Liam Hammer was going to be open after a little while there. So Houston almost getting that interception once again.
Route didn't quite develop the way they want. 3rd and 18 with another 3 to the left, 1 to the right formation for Vasquez. In the gun by himself, looking to throw. Quick drop back, thrown over the middle. Not nearly enough on that play call, and that is going to be a reception, but not for very much. 4-yard completion equals a punt for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think at this point, Vasquez was just trying to look for whoever was open at that point with 2 near interceptions on this drive, which unfortunately was only a short route catch. And now, unfortunately, not close enough to field goal range for San Diego, so they're going to have to coffin corner this.
Yeah, Corky back deep for the punt. He'll be back there in case it's returnable, but it looks like it's not going to be tipped into the end zone. Nothing doing, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the Houston 20-yard line for the second drive of the Houston Hyenas.
Yeah, just an unfortunate bobble. It looked like 43. That was Rob Johnson. He looked to have that ball inside the 5, but he just couldn't hold on to it as he gets to the end zone. And now Houston will start at the 20 instead of deep in their end zone.
Not exactly the way they wanted to spend that. And back to the offense is Dave Burr. Has the football, looks to throw, heaves it deep over the middle of the field, tipped and incomplete. That one probably should have been picked off. Nothing doing. San Diego's defense right there to make the play, but they can't bring it in.
And a lot of success from Houston last week was that deep ball throw. And that's how Dave Burr got a lot of his yardages, was a lot of big 40, 50, 60-yard catches. So San Diego did a good job to adjust their defense to look for that deep ball.
Raylan Earl the third on the coverage there. I formation for Burr. Over the right, over the middle of the field. That one's tipped and also falls incomplete. And Dave Burr playing with fire with this Mavericks defense.
Yeah, and again, it was another deep ball, but this time it wasn't quite a laser. It was more so trying to pinpoint the ball to the the spot of the receiver. And again, San Diego doing a great job in terms of looking for that deep ball option, and a hot potato turns to an incomplete pass.
It was nearly dangerous. Finnemore, your intended target. Lone back is going to be Warren Murray. He'll get the ball on third down, tries a spin, not going to go very far. It'll be 4th and 7, another Houston punt coming, and a good job by San Diego to thwart the offensive attempt of Houston twice in a row.
Yeah, and this time it was just a short dump pass to Murray, hope that he would get to the first down line, but basically met right after he crossed the line of scrimmage there. And Houston, once again, a 3 and out. San Diego doing great defense so far.
Very good work by them, at least early. Punt coming. Chance for Ryan Owens to get the ball again. He will call for another fair catch and grab it at the 45-yard line. Back onto the field for Javier Vasquez for the Mavericks. Second drive of this game. Now, they had some success, limited albeit, in the first time they were on the offensive side of the field, but their drive kind of stalled out after a couple of failed pass attempts.
Yeah, and they really need to find to either slowly progress forward or try to beat the Houston secondary deep down the field. There's a ton of options to go through. It's still the first quarter.
Chance for Vasquez over the middle. That one is going to be caught. And the late hit is what they're going to call. Yeah, I believe I saw that as well. And it's going to add some more yardage onto this penalty. That's going to hurt for Houston.
Yeah, it's always a problem when it comes to those diving catches, especially if you're a defensive player. Sometimes when you're diving, and even when the play is stopped, like, you can't stop yourself while you're midair. So it's just a very unfortunate late hit call. And now San Diego, after this penalty, I believe they'll get pretty close to field goal range here.
Yeah, this should put them right in scoring range, but you can see there the dive on top of the already downed body of the receiver. Not much happening on that, but big-time problem. Ryan Owens on the catch. He's the one who took the hit, and the Mavericks will be in good shape here, 1st and 10, inside Houston territory. Under center is Vasquez, 2 in the backfield, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw again. Over the right side. That one's caught. Inside slant's going to get them a first down and more. Not quite first and goal, but they're in the red zone. Another catch for Ryan Owens.
So that bottom side corner there was looking to stay close to see if there was any dump-off pass that was going to happen, which led to that wide open look basically close to the middle of the field, where Ryan Owens got a great catch and great yardage. And now San Diego threatening big time here.
San Diego, you'd think they probably want to go back to the hot hand. Owens, his second catch of this drive, has them in good scoring range. They may go back to him. Houston's got a key on him. Chance for Vasquez. Vasquez left side. That's a catch. Getting towards the sideline, a 5-yard reception. Actually, they're going to call it a 6-yard reception. Either way, second catch for Liam Hammer, as the opportunity comes up for him to get involved.
And Houston basically went with a touchdown prevention play. You saw a lot of guys just hit the end zone, which led to that short out route being wide open, and San Diego inching forward now.
High formation. Jalen Wells, the deep back. He'll get the handoff and go absolutely nowhere. The Hyenas all over that running attempt, and they'll get pushed back to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and Houston now is looking to get, after this one more stop to prevent San Diego's forward progression through this drive, which has been really good so far, and force them to possibly only kick for 3 instead of a pay dirt.
3rd and 7. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Bunch formations both ways. Vasquez throws top of your screen towards the sideline. He did not get the first down. Very close, but it did not work. Connor Westham gets him closer, and a field goal attempt coming for the Mavericks.
Yeah, with that out route there, it was more so trying to rely on the strength of Connor Weston, who has a decent amount of strength for a wide receiver. But when you have two defenders basically at your neck right after the catch, it's going to be hard to get any yardage after the catch. So San Diego now has to kick basically a chip shot 4-3 here.
20-yard chip shot indeed from the left hash. They do not have a contracted kicker on their roster. Kick is up and on the way, and it is through with no issues, though. So 3-0 lead for San Diego. They strike first after a couple of failed drives by the Houston offense. Houston will get a chance to come back here as they get their offense back out on the field.
And Houston's going to need to find something successful on their offensive drive. Their first two out of this quarter here has been 3-and-outs. They need to find something that's going to cross that first down line for them for the first time.
Just over 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Kick is up and on the way. Corky's back deep to receive, and he'll grab it at about the 10. Bring it to the 20. Left at the 25. A couple of spin move attempts will get him down to the 28-yard line. Nothing much further than that. But the Houston Hyenas will start this next drive. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Immediately, Dave Burr. Deep drop, left side, hard throw. Oh! That one's picked off. San Diego turns the ball over as they will get it back from Houston at the 45-yard line. First long throw attempt, and it goes wanting as Huff brings it in.
Yeah, and Ron Hoff was looking to get an interception in his last game here. Was very unfortunate in a couple of plays that I saw last week. But this time, San Diego again doing a great job preventing the deep passes and limiting Dave Burr's options out deep. And Ron Hoff gets the interception, and all the momentum is on San Diego's side.
To be fair, Dave Burr was playing with fire a couple times in that last drive against the San Diego defense. They seem to be ball hawking tonight. Multiple defensive deflections as this first rush by Jalen Wells is going to go absolutely nowhere. He'll lose 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
It seemed to be a questionable decision there from Jalen Wells. He had an open space on the left side, and he looked like he was going to maybe get a yard or two on that one, but instead he turns a little bit to the right, and he just gets smacked behind the line.
Chance for San Diego moving left to right across your screen. Thrown over the middle of the field. That one is going to go wanting over the middle. Not going to happen. Ryan Owens, your intended target, 4 receptions on 5 attempts. And that was number 5 there.
Yeah, we're talking about how Dave Burr has been playing with fire in terms of the deep ball. Vasquez, I would say this is about the second or third time he's been playing with fire just on those mid routes alone there. Brody Gulch was pretty close to getting that deflection or even interception on that one. So Vasquez has got to be careful with his next pass.
3 to the right, 2 to the left. Bunch right for Vasquez. 3-step drop. Looks, throws left side. Got the angle for his receiver. That's a 6-yard completion. But it's not going to be enough to move the chain in San Diego after the interception. We'll have to punt it away after the Weston reception.
And Houston did a good job to basically set the tone on this drive here from San Diego, getting a quick early stop from a Jalen Wells run and then a possible deflection on that second pass, which led to a 3rd and long situation.
Only 1 first down on the 3rd downs in this game for San Diego. It does not come there. That punt will get all the way towards the goal line and stop there. And no, they do get it into the end zone, so it will go to the 20, and that's where Houston will start this drive.
And that just seemed like not a great idea for the San Diego special teams to let that ball roll, because it looked like it was going to head to the end zone no matter what. So if I was part of the special teams, I would have stopped that ball as quickly as possible because it was already inside the 2.
Yeah. See if they maybe get Warren Murray more involved here. -1 yard on the day so far. 3 to the right. Formation's bunched up pretty well. Murray has a chance on the outside here. Tries to spin back inside, and he's going to get taken down after a 2-yard gainer, but at least puts it in positive territory as it'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, the running game so far for both teams coming out of week 1 has been moderately decent, but something that you expect to improve from both teams. So Warren Murray should see a lot more shares as we progress forward in this game.
Offset I formation. Hand off left side, Murray again. This time he has a bigger hole to run through. He'll try another spin, and he'll get himself 7 more yards, make it 3rd and 1, just shy of the 30.
Yeah, and that's what Houston wants to do here. They're finally getting some progression here. They're not so much relying on Dave Burr. You got to remember, he's only a rookie. This is only his 2nd game. You don't have to go deep with him all the time. Rely on Warren Murray, which is what they're doing here. And now it's a 3rd and very short.
And San Diego's crowd getting loud. The city in motion gives us the crowd in motion. See what they can do. In the gun is going to be Dave Burr. Burr, pump fake, throw right side towards the sideline, and he's got it. That's a 1st down towards the sideline to the 36. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Hyenas as they move the chains.
Yeah, and that pump fake from Dave Burr, since we've seen him go deep a lot, that pump fake looked like he was going to go deep again on that left side, which left that deep out route on the right to be open, which gave Houston that 1st down. So excellent work by Burr.
Good job looking him off. I mean, that's one of the benefits of going deep on the first couple drives of the game. That one's going to be over the middle and caught. Another 1st down for Houston as they move it on the right side of the field this time, and Finnemore has a couple of catches in a row.
Yeah, now Houston's cooking here. They've misdirected the San Diego defense with that one play, and now San Diego secondary is starting to guess a little bit because now Houston's starting to use a little bit more of their playbook, and now they can kind of work around with their receivers. And Finnemore down the middle gets a nice catch and another 1st down on this drive for Houston.
Good start to this drive for the Hyenas. They're at their own 49-yard line, just shy of the midfield stripe. They're in split backs formation for Dave Burr. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Quick drop back, thrown left side, trying to get Murray in the open field, and he will for the moment get him a couple yards. 2nd and 7 as they move it off to the left.
It didn't look like to be Warren Murray there. It looked to be
You're right.
the fullback on that play. Of course, my sister
Just happened to catch that myself, yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the name here. Cam Jackson. I'm sorry for it took me so long to find that darn name of yours.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Chance for Burr again. Hand off to Murray. Going to try to spin back inside when he probably should have spun outside if he's going to spin at all. Ends up with a 3rd and 5 chance here.
Yeah, that one's Warren Murray. He's the skinnier of the two. But Warren Murray with a very good look. Like you said, you stole the words out of my mouth there. Probably should have spun the other way, but nonetheless, still get some decent gainage and open playbook for Houston as they have a 3rd and 5.
3 to the left, bunched up, 1 to the right. Burr is in the gun by himself. Looks to throw, backs it up, plenty of time in the pocket, throws over the middle of the field. That one's caught down to the 10, 20-yard line. That is a great work over the middle as that gets them into the red zone for the first time today.
Randy Pierce with a very nice jump and catch there with basically 3 defenders around him at that time looking to grab that ball. Randy Pierce, a little bit of a taller option there with him being a tight end, so it was a little bit easier for him to grab that ball. And now Houston has that momentum that they want exiting this first.
And then we are exiting the first quarter. They're knocking on the door as we start the second. We'll be back to San Diego after a bit. It's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. And we are back in San Diego. Chris Curtis, Brett Solberg, Cameron Irvine on the buttons, our statisticians as well. Welcome you back into San Diego, California. Houston knocking on the door, trying to get themselves into the end zone for the first time today. And this one should be indeed a PI call, as that San Diego faithful not going to like that, but it'll put the 1st and goal up for the Hyenas.
Yeah, and that one was an incidental pass interference call, just because he was looking for the ball more so, and he just happened to bump into the wide receiver at that time. So it's just a very unfortunate penalty that happened from Mitchell there. He's got to shake that one off, though.
Nothing much going on for Mitchell on that. Unfortunately for him, he is called on the defensive pass interference play. They'll set up the Hyenas with a really good scoring situation. They were already knocking on the door. They're not quite first and goal. They're at the 11. Thought it was a little closer to the goal line that happened, but either way, they have a chance for another first down at the 1. Under center is Dave Burr. Warren Murray still in the backfield. See if maybe they give it to him right away. They'll go to the outside. Has it in his hands. On the outside. Towards the sideline. He's in. That's a Hyenas touchdown. First one of the day for Houston. And they take the lead.
And give big credit to Stephen Walker on this one, as he had that front block on Warren Murray's side there. As you can see, 83 right up at the top, basically blocking 2 defenders to give Murray that open space on the left side to get 6 for Houston, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Houston back up top.
The prescription has been written and fulfilled. We're ready for Houston to get this extra point up. They have a 1-possession lead. They put up 48 points against Portland a week ago. Maybe not on pace for quite that type of performance yet, but remains to be seen. Extra point going up pretty quickly. That is up, and it is good. So the Hyenas up 7-3 in San Diego. Going to get themselves back onto the field and see if they can answer.
Yeah, in San Diego, the best way to get back in this game is, I believe, if they wear down this Houston defense and make this a very slow drive and make it very tiresome for the line and the secondary, and make sure that the Houston offense stays on the sideline.
Kick is up and away. This will be returnable from about the 5-yard line for Owens. Spin move back inside, gets it to about the 26. And that is where they will start. The 24 is where they'll mark him, actually. And they'll start the drive there. So back out onto the field comes Javier Vasquez. Had a decent first quarter, not a world-beating first quarter by any means, but 10 for 13, 87 yards, not bad as they get themselves started in San Diego.
Not a Tom Pepper-esque first quarter, but he'll take it still.
2 in the backfield. 4 on the defensive line for Houston. Handoff going to be to Wells. He's going to move up the middle. Tried to get there, but it's going to get taken down just past the line of scrimmage. He'll get 2.
Yeah, and Wells had that open space from the gap on the offensive line. But you'll see Brody Gulch once again. He was very involved in Houston's last game, getting 11 tackles, and it looks like he's going to get involved once again. He's basically been the staple for Houston's defense, and he's already got a couple of tackles in today.
Unofficially 3 for him right now, along with a pass deflection. He's had a pretty good day to start with. Chance for Vasquez. Right side, that one's caught. And a spin move gets him past 1 and gets a first down for the Mavericks. What a throw and catch, and better work after the catch by the receiver.
Yeah, and when you're a quarterback, you love to see a wide receiver that can do a lot of extra work after the catch. And Connor Weston, he sheds himself off of Ethan Kai and gets himself just an extra yard or 2 to get past the first down marker. And just an overall great play from Connor Weston.
It was Mike Jones that had to come up and make the hit to actually bring him down. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Vasquez to the left. That one's going to be an out route. That's going to be caught. And a 6-yard gainer out to the 44-yard line. They're moving the ball, albeit not very quickly, but they are moving the ball. Liam Hammer is their catch.
Yeah, it seems that they have my microphone in their heads right now. I said slow and methodical, and so far, so good. I like what I'm seeing from San Diego's offensive drive here.
See what Javier Vasquez has for us on this second down play. Handoff. Wells tries to bust his way through the middle. That's not going to work, and he's going to get taken down after a couple-yard gain. 3rd and 1, and it's time for Houston to see if they can end this drive.
Yeah, Alex Perez with that tackle there, and Jalen Wells just trying to do a big bully run up the middle there to see if he can cross that first down line, and Houston was ready for it.
On the line again for Houston, 6 in the box defensively. Another handoff, trying through the middle. They're going to get him some. Jalen Wells gets the first down for San Diego on the ground. Their second third down conversion of the game.
If it doesn't work the first time, you could always try again. That was exactly pretty much the same look for Jalen Wells there. Just bully himself down the middle, get him that open gap on the middle right off the center there, and they got the first down this time.
Under center, Vasquez. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 7-step drop for Vasquez. Throws over the middle of the field. He's got a catch out just shy. Actually, they gave him the first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line in Houston territory.
Yeah, we saw this a lot last week from San Diego. They're spreading the ball around. They're giving everyone a look here. Liam Hammer now with his 4th reception. All receivers so far, in exception of Optimus Klein, has 4 receptions.
Have yet to see Optimus Klein with a reception in this game as of yet. That'll be left side tipped and incomplete. Very dangerous ball, and Houston nearly brought that one back the other way.
Yeah, and that's the very rare deep throw that we've seen from San Diego thus far. They've been relying on those short to medium route catches, which has worked so far. But it looked to be Marco Swift that was ready to grab that interception. Just a little bit too high the pass for him, so it just deflected right out of bounds.
Offset I formation 2 to the left again for Vasquez on a 2nd and 10. Definitely want to do something on this 2nd down. Vasquez has plenty of time in the pocket. Throw left, nice sidearm throw, and he's going to have a 1st down and 10 to the left side. That is exactly what San Diego needed as they get themselves another 1st down.
And what a way to introduce yourself to the game there. Optimus Klein with a very nice catch. It was good patience as well from Vasquez to wait for Klein to get himself open for that 1st down.
They got to get it in the red zone to get another 1st down. Chance for Vasquez. Dump it off to the right. Give it to Wells. Open field, but he's going to get taken down by 3 hyenas who are very good on the pursuit. And that is going to be not very much on top of that. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Ethan Kai with a very nice tackle. He was the leader of the bunch on that one there. Jalen Wells just trying to get as much yardage as he could, but Houston basically met him right at the line.
Split backs again. San Diego looking good on this particular drive. See if they can put it home. Chance for Vasquez. 5-step drop over the middle. That one's going to be right in the seam. That's a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. And another one for this one is Ryan Owens, his 5th catch of the day.
Yeah, and San Diego, give credit to the offensive line on this drive here, giving enough time for Javier Vasquez to go through his progressions. And Vasquez is doing a great job, again, spreading that ball around. You never know where he's going to throw it to at this point. Owens with his 5th now, and inside the red zone, San Diego is threatening.
They have a field goal the last time they were in the red zone. See if they can do better than that this time. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Vasquez throws left side, tipped, and nearly a problem as Houston nearly brought that one back the other way. Optimus Klein, your intended target.
Yeah, and Klein is that red zone threat for San Diego, so they're going to look to him a little bit more often as they get closer and closer to the end zone here. And it was just through a bevy of defenders there. It looked to be 2 right in the line of the pass there. Very unfortunate for Houston not to get the interception.
You got to throw it to the trees, and he is one of those trees. Offset I formation again for Vasquez. Has the football. Quick drop back. Plenty of time as things develop. Right side caught towards the sideline. Make it a 3rd and 4. As a quick little out sets up San Diego with a decent play. And not much more than that. Hoagland, the fullback on that catch.
Yeah, and Hoagland was a little bit involved in the run last week. Had a couple yards and a touchdown along in that red zone play. This time, first bit of action, gets an out route to the sideline.
Vasquez again, left side, trying to get it there. That's a catch again for... Is that Weston? That is Weston, but he actually stepped out of bounds and couldn't bring it back in. And it'll be 4th down, decision time for San Diego. They'll probably kick one.
Yeah, and Connor Weston just very unfortunate not to get his feet turned around, because if he did, I would suspect he would have 6 points out of that one, and he just lands just short, and it looks like the offense is still out.
They are indeed, at least for the moment. I formation for San Diego. See if they do indeed snap this.
They're going to have to use a timeout here.
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what's about to happen. They're going to get it down low on the play clock. They'll call a timeout. Good discipline by Houston to stay where they should be and not give San Diego those free yards.
And we've seen that a couple times last week with a lot of fourth and short plays inside the 10. And the offense just trying to make the defense jump so they can get that fresh set of downs, and they can only worry about first and goal. But they're definitely going to have to kick it here and see if Kevin DuPont can go 2 for 2.
See what happens. This will be a chance on the left hash. Almost the same spot they were in last drive when they kicked the field goal. This will be a 21-yarder instead. Right-footed kicker DuPont lined up. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. That'll get them back to within a point. 7-6 game, but Houston has a chance to look for some separation on this next drive.
Yeah, and San Diego, I would think, would be a little bit disheartened after such a long drive. That was roughly 4.5 minutes taken off the game clock on that one, and that only results in 3 points. It's a little bit disheartening, so the defense will have to step up and force Houston to stop once again.
5:18 left in this second quarter of play. This will be back deep for a return. Corky going to get it back to about the 27-yard line. They'll say the 28, and they'll start Houston off right there. As back onto the field comes David Burr. David Burr, decent first half, not fantastic by any means, but serviceable. 7 for 11, 68 yards, does have the interception to go with his touchdown. He got that touchdown to Warren Murray, an 11-yard scamper in the last drive. We'll see if Warren Murray is a focal point of this offensive drive as he has the first down set up. Pass deflected at the line. It stays in the air, and it will eventually hit the ground. Nothing doing, but very dangerous time for a deflection right there. They will lose a yard on it.
Is that the rare quarterback pass to the quarterback there after the deflection?
That's exactly what happened.
They're going to count that as a catch from Dave Burr to Dave Burr. I love it. I love to see that on the stats truck. I want to see that. Screen cap that for me.
That's going to be right side for Murray. He'll spin after dodging a corpse on the field, and he will get taken down after the gain of a yard. 3rd and 10. It's like they didn't really go anywhere, but either way, right back to where they started on this third down conversion attempt.
And Leon Thunderman, one of the highly touted picks in the draft there, making his appearance in this game with a nice stop on Warren Murray there, and now Houston's looking to pass.
2.5 tackles so far unofficially in this game for Thunderman. Chance for Burr. Plenty of time in the pocket. Throws right side. That one's picked off. And another one for San Diego. They pick off Burr twice, and he can't believe it as he goes towards the sideline.
And Kai Cash was the one that got an interception there, but I give credit to the defensive line of San Diego. They're applying a lot of pressure off to Burr's left side, his blind side on that one there. So Burr was forced to move a little bit, and as the pressure still came to his front, and he got tackled as he threw the ball, and Kai Cash had the easy interception. You could say cash money.
See what the Mavericks can do with great field position. Best starting field position of the day. Vasquez throws left side. That one's going to be out of bounds. Nothing doing. 2nd and 10.
That one's a tough throw for Vasquez there, which is basically on his side when you're trying to sling it from your left hand to the left side on an out route. You have to be a little bit quicker on that pass, and unfortunately, he just threw it a couple yards out of bounds, which it's never good for an out route.
A little bit mistimed. Not the end of the world. See what they can do to correct it. That was, of course, Liam Hammer, the intended target on that. Split backs for Vasquez. Looks to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. Again, another sidearm play, and that one's going to be tipped a couple of different times by a couple different hyenas, but Hyena Paws can't bring it in, and that'll be 3rd down coming up.
I look to be Nana Leahy on that deflection there. Look to have a little bit of theater popcorn butter on her hands there. Unfortunately, so just an unfortunate bobble down there. A very risky pass again. A medium route down the middle from Vasquez.
Nobody in the backfield with him. Talking about Vasquez, he's going to have 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Up in the pocket, throws, got a catch, not a lot on it. And it's going to be another 4th down. 4th and 5, failed 3rd down attempt. This time to Connor Weston. And another kick coming up as they will try to take the lead with 3 points.
And it looks like DuPont's going to be back out again. This one looks to be from 47.
Yep.
And not too bad of a look from San Diego. Even though it was a 3-and-out, they still got enough position to get a deep field goal. We'll have to see how DuPont kicks this.
In the left hash. Snap is good. Hold good. Kick is up and on the way. It is up, and it is no good. Wide right. No good for DuPont. And San Diego foils the opportunity to take the lead.
And it looked to be that it had just the right amount of leg on that one, probably like just a yard over what he needed. But unfortunately, a little bit wide to the right. The kick was off the center of the hash, so maybe a little bit tougher for kickers. I'm not a kicker myself, so I don't know how that works, but still a missed kick.
Now Burr can try to redeem himself after the pick earlier, two in the backfield. Hand off Warren Murray, going to spin back inside, going to get through the pack and take about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4 as he gets to the 43-yard line. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player. Join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Chance for Burr. Left side, going deep with it. This time it's
Watch
good,
out.
and it's out of bounds. Very close to getting gone is the receiver. He can't get it done, though, and that's going to be a missed opportunity for DR Sim.
And that's big play threat DR Sim there. He had a huge game last game, basically setting the tone for all wide receivers last week with a $189 and a touchdown. This time he finally gets open. He's been chomping at the bit to get an open pass, and he finally gets one as San Diego secondary was a little bit too deep on that defensive play there. And now DR Sim's in action. You got to watch out.
Yeah, now that he's got one, he's going to get warmed up. He tied for the team lead in receptions last week with 9 with Finnemore. Offset I formation. To the right side is Murray. Murray trying to get to the outside. That's not Murray. That's the fullback again who had the ball, couldn't make the move to get out of the tackling position, and he's taken down after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, a little bit of a misdirection there as Jackson gets that on the right side. Usually you see that dump pass to the left for Warren Murray, but they went right this time, and they did get a few yards out of it, so it's positive gain.
2nd and 8, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. So the Hyenas are clinging to a 1-point lead in San Diego. We'll be back with more after this. That's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. All right, back on Robert Hansen Field inside of Lee Archer Stadium. Chris Curtis, Brett Solberg with you in San Diego as we're getting set for a second down play for the Hyenas. Burr to the left side has a catch for DR Sim. That one's going to be close, but not quite a first down. Makes it manageable at 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and DR Sim's starting to get a little bit warmer, getting his second catch on this one. Now he's starting to be a little bit of a dangerous option on that short side. So Houston doing a great job now getting everyone more involved in this. And we should see a great option here for 3rd down.
Mavericks crowd coming to life, trying to will their team to a stop, but Warren Murray could care less. He's through the middle of the field, has a first down towards the red zone, and he has Houston moving in the offensive side of the field.
That was wide open space and then some. Credit to the offensive line to give them that parting of the Red Seas on the left side, right by the left tackle on there to give Worry enough space.
Looking to throw is Burr. Burr is going to be hounded from behind and taken down. Mavericks get to him on the defensive line. A loss of 6, and they're going to run no huddle. in the gun. Tries it again. This time over the middle of the field. That one is long and incomplete. Nearly one that got intercepted again. But this one will be 3rd and 16.
Yeah, that approach on that second down play there from Denzel Maverick, getting the sack there to push them back a little bit further. And then another deep, risky pass from Dave Burr. This time incomplete to Corky there. He's trying to get everyone involved.
3 to the left, 1 to the right, 3rd and very long. They do indeed have a chance at a long field goal if they can't get this. Oh, dangerous times. Call for dangerous tackles, and he's going to get hit hard. Houston's going to call a timeout, and it puts them out of field goal range, more importantly, as this one's going to have to be a coffin corner.
That is a huge sack from KT Slayer, and as well as the pressure from San Diego's defensive line coming through on this one, pushing Dave Burr further and further back. He tried to avoid the first sack attempt there a little bit too early, still shed it off a little bit, but still pushed it back a little bit too far. But it still looks like they're going to go for it here from 52.
They're going to try, see if they can hit it down. Interesting decision. Sonny J was 2 for 3 last week, but one not nearly as long. 39 was as long a week ago. From the left hash, snap good, hold good, kick is up and on the way, and it is no good. Couple of missed kicked. This one, I believe, had the distance, if I'm right, if I saw that correctly, just not quite on target.
Yeah, this one was a little bit further off to the right there, and once again, playing into that effect of kicking it off the left side of the hash, it looks like. So another a deep attempt here. Sonny J with the unfortunate missed field goal. And now San Diego has 43 seconds. They have a lot of options still, since they're going to get the ball in the second half.
They will. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Javier Vasquez. See if they can do something with it. To the outside, give it up to Jalen Wells. Has a couple of yards forward. Make it 2nd and 5, and they're going to run the 2-minute drill here, try to get something downfield.
Not a bad option, because their wide receivers were pretty much covered by the secondary.
Over the middle, the handoff again for Jalen Wells. Another rush and another one called for on the no huddle. 3rd and 4 coming. They've got a couple first downs on 3rd down conversions in this half. See if they can add one more. Has the football. Vasquez, left side, caught, got to get out of bounds. Doesn't do it. Doesn't happen, and San Diego will call the timeout to stop the clock, and that'll at least stop things as they're getting into field goal range.
Yeah, they're not quite in field goal range, I would say. I would say a good 9 to 10 yards out still for San Diego. So it looks like they're going to have to go with a deep play and hope that it goes for 6. I think it's a little bit too narrow of a field to go Hail Mary on this one.
Liam Hammer was the was the receiver on that particular pass. You take a look there at Ryan Owens lining up at the top of your screen. He's got to be the one to look out for down here. He's got 4 off to the right. Gonna try something. Hail Mary time. Vasquez, he's in trouble right away, and no blockers to the quarterback. That's going to be a timeout called for, and they do at least have a second left. They're going to try it one more time.
Yeah, now I would say this would be an appropriate range for the Hail Mary, considering it's 46 yards out. But Zach Holdorf with an amazing jump of the gun there, and there was a blocker. He just basically whiffed and missed on the hands, and Holdorf had an easy time getting to Vasquez on that quick sack.
All right, let's see what they can do with it. Javier Vasquez, 21 for 28 in this half. Looking to go for his 29th pass in this Hail Mary attempt. This time the line holds. He'll heave it over the middle. Whole collection back there, and it's picked off in the end zone. Nothing doing, as Vasquez will get debited with an interception. It is Jones who gets back. Mike Jones with the interception.
Yeah, and with Hail Marys, it's always a toss-up when it comes to it, because you've got a bunch of receivers close by. So this time, Houston gets the interception to end the half.
And that brings us to our halftime break. Houston up 7-6 on the hometown San Diego Mavericks as we enter the second quarter. Brett, let's get your halftime thoughts on a defensive game so far in the City of Motion.
So I said this with you during the commercial break that we had here, but I think San Diego, despite being down one, has overall played the better game of the two. Just merely from not from just stats alone, with Javier Vasquez doing a great job in the air, but just overall the defensive plays, defensive stands that we've seen from San Diego to limit the passing threat of Dave Burr and limiting Warren Murray to very few looks running the ball it's positives for San Diego, who's looking to get off a huge schneid here. They have all the reason to try to fire themselves up for this game. And unfortunately for them, that missed field goal essentially is the difference maker for the two. As for Houston, I'd say that they're holding on, but I wouldn't say that this was like they're deeply separated between the two. Houston still played a good game nonetheless, and what they've done at this point is just played preserve the lead football, which still isn't a bad idea.
And playing prevent defense, though, with a whole half of football to go could be a something to watch out for Houston. Stats of the half: you have 96 yards total through the air for Dave Burr, 11 for 17, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. On the other side, 21 for 29. Javier Vasquez is no touchdowns, 1 interception. You saw that in the Hail Mary at the very end. Leading receiver is Liam Hammer and Ryan Owens, each with 5. For the Mavericks, 60 yards leads them. That's Ryan Owens with that number. And on the Houston side, you have the leading receiver each at 2. It's Finnemore and DR Sim. But Sim, with the longer completions, has himself 27 yards on the board. We're ready for the second half of football in San Diego. Chris Curtis, Brett Solberg, ready to go with you, Cameron Irvine, on the buttons. Thanks to our statisticians as well, making us look way smarter than we actually are. We thank you for joining us on this Friday evening, and Fridays made for football. They're made for the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. We're ready to go. Thanks for joining us. Second half of football about to get underway. San Diego going to start with this football, and out of town scoreboard sees DC up on Las Vegas right now, 27-16, as the Dragons just added a touchdown. We're underway, though, in San Diego, as this will be Ryan Owens bringing it back to the 24-yard line. Do you think they do more of what they did at the tail end of the first half and get Jalen Wells more involved?
It's tough to say, to be honest here, because Javier Vasquez has done a really good job in the air. Take away that Hail Mary interception. That one's very, very tough to determine no matter what. It could be anything of that sort. Take away that, and Vasquez played a great game, so I would kind of carry on him a little bit to start this third.
This will be through the middle of the field, and that is going to be nearly a first down, 2nd and 1, as this will be Jalen Wells through the middle.
It's a very unfavorable placement of the ball there. I thought Jalen Wells definitely had his head down first, hitting the ground on the first down line, but they're only going to give him 9 on this one. But nonetheless, it's a good start to see Jalen Wells and basically not doing what I'm saying.
2nd and 1. Wells again. Right side, not going to happen. 3rd and inches as they come close, but not quite enough to get the first down. Brody Gulch comes up with the stop.
And Gulch has been pretty much all over the place, along with Alex Perez. They both have combined 12 tackles already in this game. Gulch with his 5th on this one here. So a lot of involvement from those linebacking core.
Chance on the left side. Did he get it? No, not enough. San Diego stalls out immediately, and Houston's defense steps right up and it takes away the football after a quick 3 and out. That's clutch for the Hyenas.
We saw this fullback misdirection play last week for San Diego that led them to a quick 3-yard score. But this time, just trying to get a first down just didn't work for them. And now Houston with a great stand and will get the ball back here.
Punt coming. Low snap on the punt, but he does get it away. This will be back into Houston territory. Corky has the football, and he'll get taken down at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for Dave Burr, who's coming off a not the greatest first half. I think he's capable of better. He'll try to do that as he brings his Hyenas out for the offense for the first time this half.
A lot of quarterbacks in the SFL, their mentality when they have a less than stellar first half is just to shake it off and keep doing what they're doing. We'll have to see what Burr does in the second half.
Split backs, first chance on offense this half. This will be a quick drop back on the split backs. Throw to the left side. Looked like it checked it down a bit. And that is at least going to be a quick catch for DR Sim. Trying to get him warmed up in this second half, I think, is going to be important. He is an impact player and has been for a long, long time in this league.
Yeah, DR Sim is, I would almost say, older than fossils at this point. But
Nonetheless, he's in chat.
Nonetheless, he holds records on basically every receiving category.
Right side, put it in Warren Murray's hands. And he'll have a chance to go through the middle as he turns it back in. Make it a manageable third down. 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Hyenas as they will try to get themselves their 4th first down on a 3rd down conversion.
Just a quick clarification, even though I'm also a wide receiver, I still love DR Sim.
Split backs again. Burr throws up top. That is caught. Does he get the first down? He does. They're going to give it to him. That was very close, but a very good call. Greg Corky comes up with a catch, and they move the chains.
Yeah, it looked like the catch there just managed to cross the first down marker there before he lands. So they're going to give him the first down. And that's what Houston wants on their first drive of the second half after things stalled in the second quarter here. So good stuff for Houston.
Make them 4 for 8 on 3rd downs in this football game. I formation again. This time Warren Murray breaks through one. Oh, the shoelace tackle. I thought he got through. Not so much. Good work to not let him go by the tackler. The linebacker comes up and makes the play.
Yeah, good job by Leon Thunderman. And that's what he was drafted early on for in the season 17 SFL draft here. He's a great just pursuit guy, and he can hold on to basically anything, even a stick of butter if he wanted to. He's one of those great linebackers.
Warren Murray can be slippery like a stick of butter at times. So that's probably a good time to have him in. This will be over the middle of the field. Tipped and nearly incomplete. Another bobble by a couple of Mavericks, and Thunderman got up to make the hit. Nearly made it work.
Yeah, and San Diego doing a really good job throughout this game. We said early on that Houston's bread and butter in the last game was that deep ball. And San Diego, aside from maybe one catch deep downfield, has done an amazing job preventing that deep pass from being completed.
3rd and 7. Got to get it to the 48-yard line for a first down. Burr moves up in the pocket, throws deep right side. That one's tipped and incomplete. Not going to happen. That was Holdorf in the area. Finnemore, your intended target. Nothing doing, and Houston will punt.
And Holdorf was looking for an interception to join along with Cash and Hoff. Not to be alone in that interception party there. Had great hands. Was basically right on his receiver. And a good stop by San Diego. That's back-to-back stops.
On upcoming, it's up and away. End over end. Fair catch called for by Ryan Owens at the 26-yard line, and that is, or 28-yard line, sorry, and he will bring it in there for the Mavericks. So let's bring the San Diego Mavericks back out on the field, their second drive of the second half. And Vasquez, after a quick 3 and out, you think they're probably going to start airing it out a little bit here.
Yeah, and the big thing last week was that San Diego's offense essentially stalled big time against Sioux Falls, and they don't want a repeat performance to happen.
Under center. 2 in the backfield for Vasquez. Quick drop back, throw off to the right. Jalen Wells tries to use a sideline, got a first down and more out to the 39-yard line. Good work from San Diego. They'll move the chains. The SFL invades Houston August 6th through the 8th to induct 2021 Hall of Fame class, showcase live and in-person Week 3 action, and to connect with the SFL community all around the world. Look out for live camera feeds from the event on our Twitch channel all weekend long at twitch.tv/SimulationFL. So if you are not following already, definitely hit that heart button at the top right of your screen and get notified when the channel goes live for that weekend. 1-yard gain for Jalen Wells. I'll be there. Cam will be there. Brett Solberg cannot be there because of Canadian restrictions. Wish he was. But we definitely would look forward to seeing you there, whether you're in person or in Twitch chat as well. Looking forward to everything.
They need to bring it to Canada next year. I don't know what I need to do to convince Cam. Like, maybe I need to wire him like a couple grand or something like that. But it's got to happen.
Well, a couple grand in Canadian translates to about $3.31 American. Though. That's the problem. So that's probably not going to work. 3rd and 7, as that one's going to be a tackle. Brody Gulch comes up to make the stop, and a big 3rd down coming up.
And once again, like I said this before, Brody Gulch was like very much involved in the last game, and it looks to me that Brody Gulch, if he continues on to this pace, he's going to shatter tackle records because he's been all over the place in this one too.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Chance for Vasquez. Plenty of time. Throws right side, and that's going to be incomplete. As that will hit the ground again. Another quick 3 and out for after the 1 first down from San Diego. They'll have to punt it back.
Terry Nellums was basically right at the right spot there. You don't see too many risky short passes too often in the league here, but this time the free safety was right there right away. I already forgot his name. I'm already off my balance in the 3rd quarter. This has been an exciting defensive battle if you're a loving defensive coordinator like a lot of people in this league. So this has been a great game so far.
Yeah, definitely high stress, though. Every play means something as this game dwindles down to the last few moments. Punt upcoming. Corky back defensively for the recovery on this punt. He will not call fair catch, and he's going to pay for it. Hit like a truck at the 20-yard line. Probably could have taken it to the 20 and been fine, but he'll take the 1st and 10 instead after a couple of bruises.
Yeah, and San Diego, they definitely need to find something going on here with their offense with their defense to stop essentially Houston from getting any forward momentum.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quick drop back. Oh, he's going to have to move up in the pocket, and it's not going to happen. San Diego's defensive line gets to him, and that is perfect from the Mavericks D-line to get to Dave Burr.
Yeah, it looked to be a combination of Casey Slayer and Denzel Maverick, who have already had sacks in this game here, and now we'll share the rewards on this one. And if you're not shaken at this point as with Dave Burr, then you have to think that the next sack, if they keep pushing them further back and back, he might be shaken a little bit.
5 in the box defensively. Burr looks to throw, puts it over the middle of the field, and that one is caught. Somehow, 3rd and 3, making it much more manageable. Corky comes up with the reception, and he'll have a chance again on 3rd down.
Yeah, if you're a Hyenas fan there, you probably lost a heartbeat or two on that one with 3 defenders basically around Corky there. He manages to grab the catch, and now a little bit favorable position. Looks
to throw over the top. That one's caught. 1st down and more towards the 50-yard line. They're going to get it to the 46, I believe. 45 is with the Markham, and Finnemore, another grab for him.
Nice all slants play to line up for Houston as San Diego was expecting a little bit of a deeper pass, but Finnemore gets himself open pretty early in the play. So it was a quick pass from Burr to Finnemore and another 1st down for Houston.
3rd catch of the day for Finnemore. He's got 32 yards through the air, averaging just over 10 per. I formation. Burr trying to get it past the halfway point. Dumps it off to Warren Murray. Puts Murray with a little bit of headroom to get some speed, and he'll get past the 50-yard line into San Diego territory and make it 2nd and 3.
I was looking a little bit deeper down the field, and it looked like the out route to the far side of us was going to be open there, but Pete Mitchell did a great job to get a little bit out of his line to cover that receiver, so Burr was forced to do a dump pass to Murray.
And off Warren Murray, this time trying to go to the outside, but not going to happen. The penetration is very good from the Mavericks defensive line. They take him down and make him lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, and that was great pursuit on the right side, which San Diego was pretty much ready to see. It almost felt like they had it planned from the get-go that Murray was going to go shed off their right side. So great defensive look from San Diego.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Chance for Burr again. Deep over the middle of the field. Tipped, and this one will hit the ground. More dangerous throws by Burr. This one to Pierce, not going to happen. It's 4th down, and they will likely punt.
just about a possible SFL top 10 play there, as the pass was bobbled a little bit and then it landed on one of the defenders' boots there. So the ball was still up for grabs for about a quick second. Unfortunate nobody grabbed that though.
Punt upcoming. Ryan Owens back deep for the return. Going to try to pin him down again. It's been the third or fourth time that Houston's trying to pin down San Diego. Not going to happen here. And he'll get taken down at the 17-yard line. Interesting, he didn't call for a fair catch there again.
Yeah, he's been calling a fair catch when defenders were much further away from him. So an interesting choice from Ryan Owens to instead try to see if he could push a few yards extra out of that. Maybe it was because he was in a deeper field position than the others, but tough to say. I'm not a special teams guy.
Offside I formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for the Mavericks. Handoff. Trying to move it left. Does. Jalen Wells trying to bust it through. Does. And he's going to get a first down and a little bit more out to the 28-yard line. How about that from Jalen Wells, his longest run of the day?
Yeah, and that's what Jalen Wells wanted here, because he's been a little bit slow on the run game so far. Before this, only it was basically at negative yardage. From what we have here, -5 yards. So this will get him back in the positive, and this will have him in forward momentum, which both him and San Diego wants.
10 attempts, 25 yards so far for Jalen Wells as of right now. A couple attempts for Hoagland in this game as well. Left side, that one's thrown to the right from Vasquez. You'll find Ryan Owens, not for much, but he at least gets a couple. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I see the problem here. Mine was a little bit behind, so I had to refresh my stats page there. That's why it said it had -5 yards. And
no problem. Easy.
I was a little bit confused for a second, and I just had to do a quick refresh. But nonetheless, a decent gain, and now open playbook for San Diego.
Under center, 2 in the backfield. Looking to throw. Plenty of time. Left side, trying to find the sidelines, and he does. 3rd and 1. As that was dangerous, but it does turn out to be just short of first down territory, and another opportunity for them to make it happen.
Yeah, possibly another unfavorable call on that San Diego catch there, because Hammer's foot was over the first down line, but it looked like the ball was just a little bit short. So now a 3rd and 1 for San Diego.
That is through the middle, first down and more, just past the first down marker. 1st and 10 again at the 42, and San Diego, another methodical drive is forming as Jalen Wells gets them through again.
Yeah, and as the clock keeps ticking down on this third quarter here, San Diego, I feel, is doing the right thing by limiting the Houston offense essentially from getting on the field, which will always be dangerous no matter what situation they're in.
1st and 10. Vasquez. Sidearm throw, right side. That one's caught. A couple yards short of the first down marker again. Optimus Klein comes up and makes the catch. It is 2nd and 3. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. That's going to be a run up the middle for not very much. 3rd and 2 for Jalen Wells. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the Simulation Football League. Ready to go again. Key 3rd down coming up here for the Mavericks. Houston trying to stop the bus before it gets rolling. But these nickel and dime plays have really worn out the Hyenas defense to this point. Vasquez, thrown, caught, first down again, and they continue to chip away at the Hyena defense.
Yeah, and that's good patience from Vasquez, again, waiting for Liam Hammer to get himself open on that cross route to the inside of the field. He had a little bit of space, a little bit outside, but he had to wait until he was completely open down the middle, which is a good read, a good look, and a good catch overall.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Looks to throw. Plenty of time from Vasquez. That's going to be a throw and catch. 3-yard grab to the left towards the sideline at the 42-yard lines where they're at. That may be, no, not going to be the last play of this third quarter, as we still have 12 left and this clock has stopped.
Yeah, he slipped himself out of bounds there to stop the clock. But San Diego still going with the slow and methodical work there as the clock now is ticking. So this should be the last play of the half if they snap it.
And they're going to probably have to. Yes, they will. Thrown over the middle, tipped by a defender and incomplete. Nothing doing, and that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. No points scored in the third quarter of play. Hyenas still cling to a 1-point lead. We'll be back in San Diego. We invite you to put your 86s up in chat. It's the fourth quarter of play in San Diego. The Hyenas lead them 7-6. As we have a fourth quarter in store for you that looks like it might be a wild one as things get a lot more stressful in the waning moments. We're ready for football here as San Diego is moving it right to left across your screen. Chris Curtis, Brett Solberg with you in San Diego, trying to bring this week 2 matchup to you. This will be Vasquez over the middle, finds a seam, and another first down. That's, believe it or not, the longest pass of this drive so far, and he gets another first.
Yeah, and that slow, methodical look there, and it looks to be number 80 on that one. Of course, everything slows down on my second screen, so I can't find the name. But nonetheless, they're spreading the ball around, which they need to do on a slow and methodical play. Keep Houston guessing.
3 to the left and 1 to the right. One more time. There's the throw. Left side and deep. That one's caught. Nice. Oh, another great dime thrown on the left-hand side. It's Liam Hammer again, and Hammer is starting to catch fire with his 8th catch.
Yeah, and Hammer is doing a good job getting himself open. He's becoming what he's slowly progressed as we've seen over the last few weeks, especially carrying over from the last few weeks of the season, as a better route runner overall. And now we're starting to see the spoil of his growth, essentially being just so open on so many attempts so far in this game for him.
He's the leading Maverick receiver to this point in the game. Vasquez to throw, going to go his way again. This one is going to be caught. Another one for Hammer. His 9th catch gets them into first and goal territory. It's nearly first and goal territory, 2nd and 1.
And once again, it's just getting himself open, and it looks like Houston's challenging this. It's going to be close. The sideline plays are always tough. This is going to be a challenge here, I think.
Yeah, it is indeed. And if Houston loses it, they lose a timeout too, which could come back to bite them later. Need 1 foot in this league along with control and possession. See if Hammer can bring this one in. I believe he did based on first look, and it looks like he did there. We'll see what Stripes has to say.
I'll see. Does he have any money in his pockets, first off?
Incomplete pass. Wow. Apparently, Houston had some, and that is going to give us an overturned call. I think it's the wrong call. It looked like he had possession, but R62 says differently.
I'm having PTSD moments of season 9. Kate Stevens was in bounds. and I would say in this point, Houston can say Liam Hammer was in bounds.
You might as well say Beetlejuice, Andy Hamilton in 3, 2, 1. And there he is right there. Triggered. Yep. Just about right. That's going to be right side. And that is going to be a tackle right away that gets him to 3rd and long at the 19-yard line. And things have gone from really good to only kind of all right for San Diego's offense.
It's still kind of all right because they're still inside the red zone, and it's still going to be a decently short kick that they have to worry about. But I would still want to get that first down.
Two to the right, two to the left for San Diego. Vasquez to throw over the middle. That one's caught. First down. Doesn't matter. They get him inside the 5-yard line to the 4, and it's a first down for San Diego inside the 5.
Yeah, and Liam is laying himself a good game here, especially being that main option in the fourth quarter. Usually you would trust on your wily veterans, especially as you're so close in the red zone. We said before that Optimus Klein is that red zone threat, but Liam Hammer is doing a great job with these 3 receptions in this fourth quarter to get San Diego close to the end zone.
Apparently Javier Vasquez is worthy to wield the hammer. He has been so far in this fourth quarter. At 2nd and goal, nothing doing on the rush forward for Jalen Wells, and they'll set up again.
Yeah, instead of the hammer being named Mjolnir, it's going to be named Liam here for Vasquez, which it doesn't sound too good on paper, but for San Diego fans, they'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Think about anything that makes sense there. Split backs formation. 2 to the right. Hand off again, trying to bust his way through. Not going to happen. 3rd and goal coming up, and likely a throwing situation.
Yeah, they trusted on Nick Hoagland a few times last week to see if they can get themselves in the end zone. He did get in there once with that fullback misdirection play that they tried earlier in the second half, but it only worked in the first week. So I would see a passing option maybe to the top corner of the end zone, looked at up to the top of the screen.
4 on the defensive line for Houston. San Diego with 2 in the backfield. 3rd and goal, big 3rd down. Handoff again. This time they get him 4, but not close enough. Get him down to the 2. 4th and goal, decision time for San Diego. I would almost think you have to take the points.
Yeah, at this point, with how much San Diego's offense has stalled in certain drives, you take whatever points you can, and especially with this possible field goal getting you the lead and trusting on your San Diego defense, which has been spectacular thus far, is not a bad idea to make the kick here.
Snap is slow. Kick is still up and good. That was dangerous, but it worked out, and San Diego has their first lead of this game thanks to DuPont from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and you saw right on DuPont's left side, there's a pursuit happening there, so a slow snap kind of gave a little bit of a scare for San Diego fans, but he still got it off, and they still got another 3 on the board.
Houston's got to put points on the board now, down 2 points. As we play early on in this fourth quarter, 7:41 left. Returnable from Corky, out to the 20. Keep it on the right hash now, moving left to the 25 to the 30. They'll get taken down at the 30-yard line, and that is where Dave Burr will start this drive. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. I formation. Set up for Houston here. Handoff. Warren Murray through the middle. He's going to get taken down after a 1-yard gain. Nothing doing there. Good work by the San Diego defensive line.
Just off the side here, I still got to give credit to Jack's Data for all their work here. But if you took the over on this game at 54.5, you have to think to yourself, wow, this is definitely not the game that we expected.
Yeah, no, not at all. We're expecting, based on the first week of offense put out by both of these rosters, it makes sense. But this is a very different game that we have witnessed here tonight. This will be a chance for Burr, but he's taken down. Another sack. This one for Joe Duncan, it looks like, getting there in the nick of time to knock him down a peg.
Yeah, and San Diego's decision to kick the field goal instead of going for it on the 4th and goal situation looks to be a good decision so far, as San Diego's defense has been spectacular on this drive so far.
3rd and 15. Looks to throw. Dangerous area.
Whoa.
Burr gets taken down again, and he is absolutely slugged at the 12-yard line.
Unbelievable. San Diego has put on their big boy boots in this fourth quarter. KT Slayer with another sack coming in. Just absolutely great pursuit from him after Berg bit of space. But Houston has to be disheartened from this drive here. They were looking to get some forward momentum after allowing a field goal here, but they get nothing out of this and have to punt so close to the end zone.
AT Slayer with 2.5 sacks so far in this football game. Chance for Ryan Owens to fair catch it just past the midfield stripe. At the midfield stripe is where they'll mark it for Javier Vasquez and company, but a great piece of work by the San Diego defense. Their up front defense has been spectacular, to say the least, in this game.
Yeah, a big key here. Dave Burr has been sacked 5 times in this game. You didn't see a lot of sacks from San Diego last week, so they've done a fantastic job to change up their playbook and pursue the quarterback this week.
Didn't see a lot from Portland last week either, and that's part of the reason why Houston was able to put up 48. This will be over the middle of the field, and that is long and incomplete. Stackhouse is in the vicinity trying to protect. It didn't quite work out.
Yeah, from first glance, it looked like a pass to Connor Weston on there. Just a little bit of an overthrow, I would say, if you're trying to get to Ryan Owens. Nonetheless, it's still good to see them trying to spread the ball around here as they look for Owens, who has been relatively quiet in the second half.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. I formation for Vasquez. Handoff, trying to get it off to Jalen Wells. That's not going to work. Going absolutely nowhere, 3rd and 10. They were tasked with taking more time off this clock than they have, and so far it's been a bit of a failure on that front for San Diego.
And once again, another tackle from Brody Gulch. He's been keeping Houston in this game essentially here. 9 tackles in this game. Got to give a little bit of credit to Alex Perez too, who has 10 and 4 assisted.
Vasquez over the middle, tipped and incomplete. And a punt upcoming, but this will be a chance for them to try to pin down the Hyenas deep in their own end.
For the Eddie Gages out there watching this, he's got to love these defensive stops here. It's been a fantastic game on both sides of the defense, just making great stops at key times here. Now with just under 5.5 left to go, Houston will have another chance to go down the field and try to retake the lead.
Here comes the punt. This is a bit of a big one here. Snap is a good one. Right-footed punter gets it up through the air. Caught at the 13-yard line and taken down at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for Houston. Week 2 continues Saturday on Next Level Sports. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern with the Louisiana Revolution taking on the Charleston Predators, followed by the Battle of Florida between the Storm and the Jacksonville Kings. Bonus coverage includes London Queen City and Vancouver Lone Star. Again, that's 2:30 Eastern on Saturday for Week 2 coverage. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Houston gives it off to Warren Murray. He's going to break a tackle and get some room in front of him. He went through the defense like a truck on that play, and he gets a couple yards to show for it.
Yeah, and Warren Murray had that open space a little bit further down the left side there, but San Diego did a great job. Their linebacking core basically got to Murray as quickly as possible. I was almost mixing up names here. I almost called him Jalen Wells there, unfortunately. I changed that, but nonetheless, a great run.
Defensive line and the linebacker core shifts left. Handoff Murray again, trying to get to the outside. This time, San Diego goes back to where they were form-wise and gets to the backfield, takes him down 3rd and 4 upcoming.
And Pete Mitchell, he's been all over the place too as well. The stats don't quite show it there. He's got 5 tackles though, which has been, I would say 4 of the 5 of them have been very key in San Diego's defensive success.
3rd and 4. Big 3rd down here for Houston. Burr throws over the middle. It's incomplete. Right through the hands of the receiver who was piercing the area. Not going to happen. And that is going to be a 4th down decision time for Houston.
Yeah, that was just, I can't say that was a little bit overthrown, because if I were the quarterback, I would expect a little bit of a jump to happen, especially from your tight ends, which all tight ends in the SFL have absolutely incredible vertical. And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down with 4 to go.
I think it's probably the right call. They got to get something downfield. They're going to set up San Diego with real good field position if they don't. We'll see if this is a smart play. Burr with a 7-step drop. Looks to throw over the middle of the field. That's a catch. 1st down and more. Out to the 30-yard line. He breaks more, and he is to the house. An unreal play. Houston scores to give themselves back the lead.
They're not is that DR Sim? No, yeah, that's DR Sim. That's what we expect from this longtime veteran of this game. He was about to get his soon enough. And look at that. 1 shed tackle, 2 shed tackles, 3 shed tackles. Nobody can touch DR Sim. Nobody can get him on the ground when he says to himself, I ain't going down. And DR Sim carrying this drive himself. Houston now has the lead. How will San Diego respond?
The only one who can bring down Damon Simeon is Damon Simeon. That's about how that goes. Good work from Houston's offense. And on 4th down even, able to take the lead back from the San Diego Mavericks. And there's a huge lull that has hit this San Diego crowd saying, oh, not again, as this one will be an extra point to make it 14-9.
And let's be honest here. This was the first misstep from San Diego's defense. They have played absolutely spectacular defense against a Houston squad that's always been successful on the offense, no matter what season we're talking about here. So it's just one minor misstep and the will of DR Sim to get Houston this lead.
The 5-yard line. Return from Ryan Owens. He's going to get a spin move in, but not very far out to the 25. So that is where San Diego will start this drive. This game not over yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. 4 minutes left, and this crowd wanting the Mavericks to give them something to cheer for. But the plenty of time. Javier Vasquez has moved the team down the field in less time, albeit they've been very methodical drives. They're successful ones so far in this game.
Yeah, it's been a very much success because they've been tiring the Houston defense, so they need to keep doing this.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Vasquez, 4 on the line defensively. Vasquez will throw. Will dime over the middle of the field. That one's caught. 8-yard completion gets him to 3rd and 2. Or 2nd and 2, sorry.
I don't mind this hurry up there because the formation that they're in, they have a lot of options to go through.
Another one for Vasquez. Hurry up offense. That one is incomplete. Couldn't bring it in on the inside slant. Opportunity lost. 3rd and 2 coming up. Big 3rd down.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good look there, and it was just a little bit of a bobble out of the hands of the receiver there. So San Diego, this is decision time. What are they going to do here? Are they going to trust on Jalen Wells, or are they going to go for the pass once again?
Maybe give it to Jalen Wells in the open field. They haven't done that a lot in this game. Now might be the opportunity to do it. 3rd and 2. Got to get the 1st down. That's the big priority right now. Pump fake, thrown over the middle. That one is going to be caught. Big 1st down. They get it back to midfield.
That is a very risky pass that paid off. And Ryan Owens, we said that he was a little bit quiet in the second half here. He gets that big catch that San Diego needs. And look at how close the 2 defenders were. That was, that's such a threading of the needle. That is such a veteran pass made by Vasquez.
7 receptions for 88 yards from Owens. I formation. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. New set of downs. Handoff Jalen Wells, busting his way through the middle. He'll get himself a couple. And at the midfield stripe is where they end up. Clock continues to tick, tick, tick away.
Yeah, and it's decision time for San Diego. Are they going to trust on their 2-minute drill offense to get them those points, or should they score as quickly as possible down the field? It's tough.
And a field goal does them no good either. This will be a chance for Vasquez over the middle. This one's going to hit a defender and hit the ground. Linebackers coming up again to make the stop. 3rd and 8. This becomes a much harder 3rd down to make.
Yeah, this time it was a much riskier pass than the last one that was made to Ryan Owens on that one. Alex Perez was the man that got the deflection, and we've given a lot of credit to Brody Gulch on here, but Alex Perez has played one heck of a game as well.
79 plays so far in this game, none bigger than this one for the San Diego offense. They need to get their 9th 3rd down conversion if possible. Vasquez looks to throw over the middle. That one is tipped and incomplete, but now it's 4th down territory, so they're likely going to have to do it again.
Yeah, I would suggest doing it again here, and maybe they'll get a little bit of DR Sim magic from Optimus Klein. I'm maybe calling him out on this one here, but when you have 2 veterans of the game like DR Sim and Optimus Klein with this, they're going to punt it here.
Oh, interesting decision. They do have all 3 timeouts, but I don't agree with this. They're going to give it back to Houston, and Houston with a couple of timeouts. Okay, well, we'll see. This will be up and over. At the 10, at the 5, at the 3, and they do at least kill it at the 1-yard line. Can't get much better than that from the special teams unit, and the Mavericks definitely set themselves up defensively for a good spot here.
Yeah, and defensively, you got to think back to your head. I said this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They've sacked Dave Burr 5 times. So if they're going to go with a pass play, they could pursue him and get a safety out of this. So be careful.
Offset I formation, handoff to Warren Murray. He'll get out of the end zone and further. He's going to get taken down after a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 out to the 6, and they give themselves some breathing room.
And when you see runs that close to your own end zone there, you see more so of a dive action. This time it was a stretch to the left, which was a smart play call from the coaching staff from Houston there to get themselves a little bit outside of their own end zone.
It's been a one-possession game all night long. Coming up on the 2-minute warning here. They will not have to snap it if they want to let it go to the 2-minute warning. 5 seconds left, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to, they are going to snap it. Handoff, Warren Murray. He'll get the first down and give them more room to breathe in a 5-point game. 14-9, we're coming down to brass tacks in San Diego. Stay with us. It's the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. All right, back inside Robert Hansen Field at Lee Archer Stadium, San Diego, trying to stage a comeback, but they got to get the ball back first. 1st and 10 from Houston. Their own 13-yard line is where they're at. Handoff, Murray. He's going to run his way through the middle. The entire stadium knows that Houston's running. San Diego's got to be more attentive to that.
Yeah, it's a good job by the offensive line of Houston to separate that space for Warren Murray to get him a left middle run on there to get himself 7 yards. San Diego definitely still has to shore things up if they want the ball back, though.
Out of town final, DC beats up on the Las Vegas Fury. 34-16 is how that one ends. So your out of town scoreboard is complete with that. Murray, more room to run. Spin move back inside. He'll get taken down at the 29-yard line. Another timeout taken is going to take another one away from San Diego, but they have to be able to stop the Hyenas to be able to get the ball back. The timeouts are doing them no good.
No, and it's a good stretch run there. Again, when you're trying to shed the clock down, you still want to make the defense guess where you're going to go there. This time, a stretch run to the right, and Warren Murray had a lot of space to get that first down.
This is where they're going to go with the QB kneel. Victory formation a little bit early, perhaps, from the Hyenas, but they're going to try to end this game just working down the clock.
Yeah, it looks to me that if they go through this kneel and a punt, or the next few kneels and a punt, they're going to limit San Diego to very little time, probably under a minute for sure, if they go through with it.
2nd down, another kneel coming. Yeah, at this rate, they're going to have to give the ball back to San Diego and give them a shot. They're going to try to do it with as little time on the clock as possible, but you figure at this pace, they'll probably have the ball back with a minute to go.
Yeah, with this kneel here as well, they're probably going to get to about 1:05 left.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that. And then afterwards, it's probably going to be 35, 40 seconds for San Diego to play here. So it all depends on how deep Houston punts this ball.
Taking way too much, or not enough time at all to get these plays off. And that'll bring us to 1:09. And they do kneel it once more. So 4th down, and the clock continues to tick, tick, tick away. There still will be time left if they take their time, but it won't be nearly as much as originally thought with their original pace.
And for Houston, they're going to rely on that secondary there because Vasquez is going to have to throw deep passes,
Yep.
and he's going to have to hope for one going to the end zone here. So, um, big task for the Houston secondary.
And for a one possession game, dangerous times. Play clock running down. Got to get the play off. 30 seconds left. So that would give Ryan Owens a chance. He's going to call for the fair catch. Expected that to give his offense as much time as possible here. 25 seconds and no timeouts for San Diego. Got to work everything to the outside. And if the Hyenas keep everything 5 yards in front of you, don't let anything behind you.
Yeah, and I would almost say that the Houston punt it was okay, but not what they were looking for here because San Diego only needs 55 yards to go through, so they could still get a nice 20-yard pass
Yeah.
and essentially get 2 plays here to the end zone.
Now, long passes have not been part of San Diego's repertoire so far in this game. We'll see if they can call upon that now. Chance for Vasquez. Left side caught. Out of bounds he goes. 3-yard completion. Almost nothing taken off the clock, so at least that's a start.
Yeah, and not too bad to basically just get the passing game started because Houston took a lot of time off the clock, especially in that 2-minute warning there. So Vasquez is probably just getting a heat check pass completed there to see if he can go deep on this next play.
3-yard completion makes it 2nd and 7. They're at their own 48. Looks to throw. Over the middle. That one's a longer one than they probably want, and that one's intercepted. That's going to seal up this ball game. The Houston Hyenas are going to come into San Diego, and it may have been a little bit closer than they would have liked, but they're going to win their second of the season.
Yeah, and we haven't talked a lot about Josh Rowe here, but this time he was the right man in the right place after a tip drill gone awry for San Diego, and now Houston, all they need to do is kneel this ball, and they've got themselves the second win of the season, which is so vital in this league to get a 2-0 record to start off the season.
That's a great start for Houston, and you gotta think that they're doing themselves some favors going into the later part of the season. You got to take care of business early to make sure that things aren't nearly as stressful later in the season. Houston has seen their fair bit of playoff race drama over the last couple seasons. This time, at least early, it seems like that may not be a thing. That brings us to our final. This game is over. 14-9, the Hyenas come in. They beat San Diego inside Robert Hansen Field. Great work by Houston. Brett, your thoughts?
Yeah, and San Diego, I will give credit to them. They played an outstanding defensive game to limit Houston to just 14 points, but just one misstep, 1, 2, 3 butter hands not to get to DR Sim on the ground, and that basically cost them the game. And unfortunately, I hate to bring it up, but now San Diego is in sole possession of the longest losing streak in SFL history with their 14th straight loss. As you remember, last season they went 0-12, and now they're starting 0-2. But again, I said this last week in the Sioux Falls game that they had, they're making progressions, and this one had to be a big positive, especially for the defense there, and they just need to shore things up. As for Houston, I think they need to be a little bit disappointed with how their offense was running there today, because they got their score around the end of the first quarter, but they were stifled for most of the game from San Diego. So expect the coaching staff from Houston to change things up big time to see if they can get Dave Burr successfully throwing the football again, because San Diego did a fantastic job preventing the deep ball. But overall, like I said before, if you're a defensive maverick, you're going to love this game.
Very, very big game from the defenses for both teams. DR Sim, your player of the game. Huge thanks to everybody behind the scenes who made this a successful broadcast. But San Diego, there are positive things ahead for this team, no doubt about it. Houston comes up with the win. For Brett Solberg, Cameron Irvine, and our statisticians, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from San Diego. We'll see you at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon on Next Level Sports for Louisiana and Charleston. Have a good night, everybody.